Uh, Over here in Melbourne, and as you can see, it is pretty zippy. See if you can see that. There is the cathedral right there. I'm on top of the ACU, or Australian Catholic University, right now. Just up on top of their roof deck. And it's a pretty good spot. Just wanted to take the time right now to talk to you, a lot of you, about what my time has been like here in Australia. It's been fantastic. I've really enjoyed all the different people that I've been able to meet, spend time with, to grow with. There has been such tremendous growth within just myself in being able to take the time to reflect. I don't think a lot of us get that time to reflect anymore. Well, you go to school and then you got to come out and go to more school, followed with get a job. You got to make money because life, and it all takes a lot of time from just your own mind to be able to even think about what you really want or what you really need in your life. So been spending a lot of time being able to read books. I was reading books before coming out here, which is all good and dandy, but just taking more time to be able to really reflect on to what I was actually reading, and why certain principles were important to me. One of the books I really like is called The Rhythm of Life, and in that Matthew Kelly talks about you have your physical, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual aspects of your life. While being here, I don't have to worry about making money in the regard that everything is paid for. Like, food's paid for, the house is paid for, the car is paid for, gas is paid for, and this all really frees up the time that I don't have to make X amount of dollars for the day. I don't have to look at people like their money. Really being able to just be able to invest in people and relationships on a different level. Not that I wasn't doing it before, but it does certainly change that aspect, I've found anyways. It's interesting coming in, like I'm turning 25 in August, which I'm super pumped for. But to be able to take this year now, I really felt that if I didn't take the year, I wasn't gonna take the year. I tried signing up for NET. So National Evangelization Team is what NET is, and I can go into that maybe a little bit later, but hopefully you can just kind of figure it's basically like you're working in youth groups and going into schools, putting on different what's called encounter days, where we can have games, skits, dramas, a talk, a testimony, some small group time, some prayer ministry, ranging from year 6s to year 12. Sorry, I'm moving around here. I wish I had one of these selfie sticks right now. And it's really good. It's really interesting going in and talking with year 6s. They call them year 6s over here, like years instead of grades. I actually prefer that. And just understanding the different mindsets that a lot of people are in right now. Like, the Australian mindset's fairly the same as a Canadian, except that they have that accent, which is good fun, and it's a lot warmer, so people are super sporty here and can actually continue to play sports. Like, we're in winter right now. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, it's snowing. But now people are all bundled up and whatnot. Yeah. So what was I getting at? Taking the time. I've been working on I've been really trying to work on a rhythm, so just getting up at 5 to 6 in the morning, and going through one of the other books is called Miracle Mornings. So you have the lifesavers, and savers you would have silence, affirmation, visualization, exercise, reading, and then scribing. And I try to work on that daily. It doesn't always work out, but that's okay. It's more about the progression within everything, and the progression is able to, you can really just start seeing everything compound and really start to take hold of your life in such a great way. I'm gonna watch this later on, just hear myself go and don't start counting now. But growing with team has been very interesting. There's 6 of us, including myself. There's Mike. He's an American. Actually lives an hour away from me. If I were to be living in Windsor, he's in Detroit there. And then the girls, we have a Canadian, another Canadian, and two Australians, and they're all really fantastic. And we have so many great times together. And there's a lot of times where you bump heads and you get to grow off of that. It's a very interesting concept to be all thrown together into a house. Luckily, we have a big house, which is nice. It was formerly a doctor's office of sorts. Not like a doctor's office, more like a care home, I guess you would say. But anyways, it's a big spot, so you can all have your own rooms and stuff to really separate. We actually all, like, the girls will sleep in their room together, and two guys will have their own room. We have a super sweet room, but just community life is so interesting. There's things that you start to see about yourself in others, that let's say something annoys you about somebody, and then you start to see that. And one thing my mom always likes to say is, well, if you see it in somebody else and that annoys you, it's probably because it's something inside of you that annoys you. And in that reflection, you're finding that. So it's been interesting, not to say that everything's annoying or anything like that. Don't get the wrong idea. It's just that is sometimes it's those moments that really help define you more. They have that term as well, the tumbler rock. As all the rocks tumble together, so will they all be smoothed out and formed. And it's just been a really beautiful time. We have honorings where we can take the time to. The girls took us out, let's say, not too long ago, and they said we were going somewhere, and they put Mike and I in the middle of the van. The girls are behind us, and all of a sudden they take these. What do they do? They blindfold us. They blindfold us, and Slyn, the French Canadian, she's blindfolded me in the back, and I'm just not paying attention. I'm kind of like in my own zone. I really wasn't having it too much that day, and I'm just like, whatever. It's what Slyn does. She's like my sister in real life, just antagonizing me and everything all the time. But it's really good. I like it. It's fine. But it's really interesting. So they blindfold us, and they play this little thing, and then taking us out to the Beauty and the Beast, which was good. It was good for them, and it was good for us to see it as well. And they let us have our own little spot in the movie theater and everything. But it was just more of like, thank you for just doing that. Like, thank you for taking us out and entertaining us in that way. And then we've done other things. We had a private adoration for them inside the office, which was really interesting. I know I keep saying interesting as well, because it has been interesting. Everything's been super interesting. The people you meet and the places you get to go, and the conversations that we get to have with so many people. Like, we're the Archdiocese team, which means that we have like 250 schools that we can be attending to, and all these different parishes, and they ship us out all over the place. We've gone like 8-9 hours out to Ballarat or something like that, or to Adelaide, and it's all been such a wondrous experience, and it's again allowed me to just step away from everything that I'm so used to doing. Say, like with tattooing, is awesome and I really enjoy it. It's just that I was just tattooing so much, and it was such a it took up so much of my mind space, it took so much of my head space, that I really couldn't think of anything else. I didn't have time to think of anything else. And when you really start to see how much time just starts to slip, you hear from people all the time that you just won't have all of it. It's just gonna keep slipping and going, and the next thing you know, you're 40 years old, and you look back at all the things that you wanted to do and you didn't get to do. And this is one of those experiences that I personally really wanted to experience. So, oh gosh, there's just so much I want to say. You know what? I think I might do a couple more of these maybe, but yeah. Oh, there's just been so much on my mind this past little bit, and it's been really beautiful to be able to take the time. So I really appreciate everyone that has helped sponsored me as well. Obviously, this doesn't technically come free, does it? So there is about $7,000 that I've had to go about raising. I think I'm around like I think I've raised around 3,000 or 3,500 area. And so to all those people who have helped me out with that, I really truly do appreciate that. And anybody else who would be loving and willing enough to be able to sponsor me some more, that would be fantastic. I'll just leave the link down there. But yeah, more so, I think I'm gonna figure out a couple different topics that maybe I'd like to talk about throughout the bit, or maybe this will be it, I don't know. So anyways, I love you all, and yeah, just keep it rockin'. Really stay concentrated on everything that you're doing and be conscious.